Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to a very special MAMJ Let's Play. Today I am playing a game called 3/4 Home. Now, from what I've seen, this is supposed to be a very interesting experience. I don't quite know how I'm going to be editing this video, so you guys will see the finished product. It may be one entirely long Let's Play, otherwise I may have to break it up into smaller portions depending on what I see after the footage has been captured. But I've heard it's really interesting, and it's supposed to be one of those things where you experience it all at once. It runs about an hour long, so either you guys can watch it in parts, or if you guys want to sit through the whole thing like I did with the bird story, completely understand. It's up to you guys. But I've been really curious about this game. Apparently it's about a girl named Kelly, which is my name, and she's heading home to Nebraska, which is kind of ironic because I'm from Kansas. So I don't know how much of this is going to ring true with me, but just that alone makes me curious about how this game is going to work with me. So let's start a new game. Start from the top. Yep. I don't even know what the top is though. I don't know anything about this game except it's a lot of like choices, and apparently the characters feel real. She found the guitar pick on the side of the road. Okay. That's interesting. Oh. Well, there's the pick. Oh. 3/4. 3/4 home. I get it. I'm all over it. Nebraska. Alright, how is this game going to play now? So weird. The style is very, very different. I like it. Oh, the corn. How do I go? Am I getting a phone call? Drive. How do I drive? Okay. Hello? Am I answering, or? I don't know how to play this game. There's thunder. Kelly, where are you? I'm driving, or I'm on my way home? I'm on my way home. From where? Where did you go? I took a drive around. I took a drive. In this weather? Why? I just felt like it. Christ, Kelly. You could have told someone you were heading out. Sorry, I'll let you guys know next time. That would defeat the point of it, wouldn't it? Sorry, I'll let you guys know next time. You better. I was worried sick for a minute there. It won't happen again, Mom. I know you're used to living on your own, but now that you're back home, you have to let us know if you're going to be gone. Okay, so apparently I live with my parents? I'm not a kid. You may be 23, but house rules still apply. I just want you to be considerate. 24, Mom. That just makes me feel old, but it doesn't matter. The rules are the same, so where are you? In McCarthy's Fields, I think. Way out by the power station? Yeah, I can see it from here. You're a good 20 miles out. You okay on gas? Yeah, full tank. You must not have been driving this whole time then. Why? I wasn't? Okay, mystery girl, did your dad fill it up for you yesterday? Yeah? Make sure to thank him. I will. What were you thinking driving in this weather anyway? It seemed fine when I left. How long ago did you leave? The clouds rolled in hours ago. This morning. It must have been early. Your dad didn't hear you leave, and he was up by 5, I'm sure. He was out in the garden when I left. Him in that garden. He wakes up every day like he's still got a job to do and just spends the day elbow deep in the dirt instead. He can't grow a thing. Bless his heart. I already had a few tomatoes. Ha! I bet he told you that. It's 2 tomatoes. He's out there right now trying to cover them up from the rain. Why? Hell if I know. Never heard of protecting a plant from the rain. Is he drunk? No. That's weird. You're telling me. It'll be a miracle if he doesn't fall on his butt trying to walk out of the mud with those crutches. How's his leg today? Take a picture if he falls. Okay. Oh, Kelly, that's evil of you. I will. How's his leg doing anyway? He said it was hurting him earlier, before the storms hit. How bad? Just a second. I'll check the trash. Okay? 5 beers bad. Oh. Don't police him, Mom. What? I'm worried about him. He said he's had more than a couple. The pain must be really bad. I don't understand it. Really. How someone's legs can hurt when there's no leg there, but I'm no doctor. Oh, okay. Well, it's called phantom pain. I know what it's called. I've been to all the appointments with him out in Omaha. Is 5 normal? On the really bad days. He's been doing better since you came home. I think he's been happy to have you around. I'm glad something good came out of all this. Don't be like that, Kelly. We're happy to have you. It's good being home. Could be better under circumstances. I'll wear on you quick. Could be better circumstances? You'll be back on your feet in no time, hon. I'm trying. I know you are. How'd your interview go yesterday, by the way? It went okay, I guess. Just okay? I don't know what to think about it. Stop prying into my life, Mom! What does that mean? I got a weird vibe. What, like a creepy vibe? More standoffish, really. Might be some hard feelings there. Why? There was some talk about hiring a lawyer. You threatened to sue the company? And you thought I could still get a job there? Your dad brought up the possibility. We never actually made a threat. Though maybe we should. It's taking so long for his disability claim to go through. I definitely won't get the job then. What are you going to do about it? Not much you can do unless your dad changes his mind and hires that lawyer. Think he will? Probably not. Your dad's been friends with Hank since high school, and despite everything, he still feels loyal. What good is that loyalty showing him now? Maybe he'll change his mind. That's too bad. I don't know how pushy I want to be. What's good that loyalty to him now? None really, unless it gets you this job. I guess so. Guess that means you should probably talk to your dad, see if he can work something out with Hank. Sure. It's a plan. Where's your father anyway? I thought I heard him come in a minute ago. I don't know. Go see? Just a second. I'm going to look for him. Okay. David? Hello? David? Again, kind of weird. Not my dad's name, but still weird that there's a father figure named David in here. Mom, why are you yelling? Oh, Ben? Is that like a brother of mine? I'm looking for your dad. Have you seen him? He's upstairs. He's covered in mud. Are you mad at him? No, honey, I'm not mad at him. What's he doing up there? Are you mad because he got mud on the carpet? He what? Oh, Jesus, what was he thinking? You can only say that when you're mad. He's taking a shower. Okay, you're right. I'm mad now, but not at you. Good. I didn't get mud on the floor. I got mud. If I got mud on the floor, would you be mad at me? That depends. Don't do it, and we won't have to find out. I wasn't going to. Who are you talking to? Your sister. Do you want to talk to her? I don't want to talk to Ben. No, there's no tornado watch. There's a tornado watch. I'm going to watch the news. You sure? Yeah, someone needs to watch the news just in case. Where is Kelly? She should be home. She should be somewhere with a basement. Is she somewhere with a basement? She's on her way home. Tell her she should drive fast, but not too fast. Getting in a car wreck would be bad, too. Not as bad as the tornado, but still very bad. Holy thunder! Why don't you tell her? I'm going to watch the news. Someone needs to watch the news. Yeah, we already heard that, Ben. If you say so, Ben, keep me updated. Did you catch all that? Yeah. Ben's still yelling at me to tell you to drive faster. But not too fast. Your dad tracked mud all the way up the stairs. Christ almighty, I'm not cleaning this up. He can do it himself. He can set in if you wait, I guess. I'll let you clean it then. I think Dad's got it. Uh-huh. It feels like such a real interaction. So how's Ben doing? Oh, you know how he gets when he storms. He's been talking about how it wasn't in the forecast. When he hasn't been locked up in his room, I mean. See, I couldn't have known about the weather, and what was he doing in there? You could have come home a bit earlier. What's Ben doing all day? Writing, I think. He seems... It's all he seems to do lately. You sure that's all he was doing? Good. What was he writing? What was he writing? Oh, I don't know. He never lets me read any of it. It's been good for him, though. He's been focused like I haven't seen him in a long time. Usually he'll focus on something really intensely for a short time. But he gets so frustrated easily and just gets so aimless, like with the guitar. He was so into that when you lived here, but once you were gone, he just stopped caring about pretty much everything. He's not playing anymore? No, he stopped maybe a month after you left for school. He didn't... Good God! Okay, he didn't really have anything to focus on after that. It was even worse after we pulled him out of school until he picked up writing last year. It's been a blessing. Wow, how did I not know that? Guess you didn't ask or haven't really paid that much attention. I'm gonna turn my volume down a little bit. I found this guitar pick. Yeah? I was going to give it to him. Well, you can still try to give it to him. I just sort of figured he'd still be into it. You were really out of touch there for a while, Kelly. I didn't realize. Wait, here's your father. Which is really weird because I haven't talked to my family. I mean, I talk to them from time to time, but this is kind of strange. It's interesting, but strange. David, what the hell were you doing out there? I told you, I was covering my tomatoes. The storm's a bad one. I didn't want them to get beat up. I've never heard of anyone doing that, David. Well, Nora, just because you haven't heard of it doesn't mean that it's not a smart thing to do. You tracked mud all over the carpet, too. Look at that. I'll clean it up. I'm sorry. Dad, you said a bad word. Yeah, I didn't, though. Dad did. Mom, he's not allowed to say that. If I'm not allowed to say it, he's not allowed to say it. So Ben is still pretty young. I was thinking like high school, but apparently not. Sorry, bud, you're right. I'll put $1 in the jar. That's $27. I'll get to buy a game when it's $50. That's what you said. That's the deal. So if your parents swear enough times, if you get your parents to swear a lot, they'll fill up the jar and you can get a video game. Is that how that works? Sometimes I wonder if you do that on purpose. I'll never tell. Who's on the phone? It's your daughter. Kind of. That's so. Where's the girl? Here, you talk to her. I'm done playing go-between. Don't you want me to clean this up? Just take the phone. Yes, darling. Oh, shut up. Alright, Miss Kelly. That's weird. Hey, Dad. Where the hell are you? On my way home. Yeah, where from? I went to the old barn. My parents' place? Yeah. How'd it look? I haven't been out there since the accident. Still standing. Won't be surprised if the storm knocks it down. The place was leaning half over last time I saw it. It might. I don't want to see it like that. Like what? All fallen down. It's the last link to my parents, you know? I don't want to remember it like that. Not on the ground. That's deep for you. What can I say? The storm has me feeling real deep. Yeah, his leg's bothering him. Ben hear you that time? Is it that bad? Worse it's been in a while. Must be the storm. Atmospheric pressure changes and all that. It's, let's see. Weird feeling, hurting where there's nothing left to hurt. I'm sorry, Dad. Yeah, well, it could be worse, couldn't it? You taking anything for it? No pain meds. Anything else? A drinking now and then helps. I don't want to pester him. You sure that's the best way? It's the way the best helps me. Dad, there's got to be something else. Would you rather I be hopped up on some prescription junkie pill? Junkie pill? Painkillers, Kelly. Oh. I know what you meant. I just... Never mind. If you're trying to make a point, out with it. You can't be drinking like that. You shouldn't be drinking like that. Seriously or something. You shouldn't be drinking like that. You're right. I shouldn't. But you know what? It helps. Nothing else helps. Do you know what it's like to not be whole, but to hurt like you still are? No, I don't. Then don't try to pretend like you know. Don't. Are you okay? I'm fine. Listen, this isn't the time to have this conversation, okay? Your brother's giving me this funny look and we'll talk about this later, okay? Okay. So, what are you up to at my parents' place then? Reminiscing. What about? Us or them? Us. Things have gotten a little messy around here, haven't they? Could be better, or things will work out. Things will work out. Ha! I guess we'll see, won't we? We will. Who knows? Maybe our luck will turn around. Your mom could find a better job. My disability could go through. Ben could start seeing his new doctor in Omaha. I could put that degree to work. Hell, my garden might even pull through. What were you doing out there earlier anyway? I was covering up the tomatoes. Why? To protect them from the storm. That doesn't make any sense. I don't think people do that. I don't think people do that. Sure they do. A storm like this, we could get some nasty wind and hail, and the tomatoes will go right off the vine or bruise them up. That happens. Next thing you know, they'll rot off the vine. I guess it makes sense. See? I was doubting your old man. I may be a bit of a fool, but there's a process to it all. About what we were talking about earlier. Here we go again. I didn't mean to. Are those tornado sirens? Hey, there are! Yeah, I hear them too. A tornado, they're showing it on the news. Okay, Ben, you know the drill, downstairs. I want to watch it on the news. Benjamin, now! Most tornadoes only stay on the ground for a few minutes and travel less than 10 miles. This one is 12 miles away. Ben, now! Hey, I'm gonna let you go, okay? Crap, I didn't see what my response was, but you drive safe, I will. Don't you dare let her off that phone, David. She needs to pay attention to the road, Nora. I'm hanging up. Like hell you are. You need to keep her on that phone. I'll listen to her getting sucked up in a tornado before I have to sit around and just worry about it. There would be so much debris that her phone would be destroyed before you could hear her get sucked into a tornado. Also, you have to put $2 into the jar. She could get into a wreck, especially with this wind. You'll probably be able to hear her get in a wreck unless the phone got thrown from the car or if it was crushed. Thanks, Dad. Okay, bud, enough of that. You're going to give your mother a heart attack. What was that? Ask her if she can see anything. Christ, Nora, here, you ask her. Just passes the phone around to everybody. Talk to your mother, Kelly. I don't want to talk to my mother. If I must. Kelly, can you see anything out there? No, I'm wondering if you see any corn. Oh. I keep clicking too fast. I'm guessing I was being sarcastic and she being sarcastic back to me. Plenty of corn. Now's not the time, Kelly. Sorry. The tornado was east of here. If Kelly went to Grandpa's house, she's northwest of here. She wouldn't see a tornado unless there was another one, which is very possible. I just wanted to make sure, Ben. If Kelly gets sucked into a tornado, gets in a car wreck, can I have her computer? Benjamin. She won't need it. She's not using the one... she's not using it, no one will be. It wouldn't be fair if I couldn't have it. Okay, bud, I think it's fair. If Kelly gets sucked into a tornado, I'm sure she'd be okay with you letting you have her computer. What about her room? Ben, really? Kill me off that quick? Please, Ben, that's enough. Tell you what, we'll leave her room on the table. You never know. We could get some damage here and her room might have a giant hole in the ceiling. If I were you, I'd wait and see on that investment. Alright, that's a good point. Your brother, sometimes. God bless him. I don't want to talk to my brother. No! I don't have a choice. You sure about that? Why wouldn't I be? You can hear him. He's in one of his moods. Just let me talk to him. Okay, you asked for it. I didn't. Ben, here, talk to your sister. I don't want to. Well, good. That makes two of us. You can ask her about that computer. Let me have the phone. Ben. Really? Really? That says I can have your computer if you crash or get sucked into a tornado. Hello to you too, Ben. He also said I might be able to have your room, but I'm holding off to see if it's more damage than mine after the storm before I commit. Smart business. It's just common sense. Anyone who thought about it would come to the same conclusion. I guess you're right. You guess or you know. You shouldn't have to guess if I'm right or not. Either I am or I'm not. You are definitely right, Benjamin. Mom and Dad are arguing in the corner. I don't think I can hear them. What are they arguing about? Mom thinks we should be in the storage room on the east side of the house because she says it's further underground. Oh, she's wrong. One of the walls is only halfway covered. She's also afraid that the water heater here could explode. If that happens, we'd be killed. Even if we were in another room, we'd burn to death. So you guys are in the safest room? Benjamin is just really morbid, isn't he? We are least likely to be killed by a tornado if we are in this room, but there's no guarantee in either room. Tornadoes and debris are unpredictable. Sounds like you've thought this out. It's just common sense. Are you scared? Yes. Aw, Ben! Anything I can do to help? How? I don't know, you tell me. My stomach hurts. Do you want to do a story like we used to? I already wrote one today. Oh, do you want to read it to me? I left it in my room. I would get it, but Mom and Dad would yell at me because it's dangerous to go upstairs during a tornado warning. Oh, that's too bad. I remember it. I could tell you. Alright. Are you ready? Wait, what's it called? Untitled. Of course. Oh, well, okay then. Are you ready now? Yeah. A village sat in a wide valley cut high in the mountains. It was a place of plenty, a gash of green in the otherwise cold slate rising above on all sides. Small village of people called the place View, though it looked, what? Why is it getting quieter now? Okay. Though those who lived higher in the mountains, mining for precious glints and yellow in hue, called it the Trough. Those in the valley treated this name as an insult, for they thought it was unfit for their fair village. People of the View, or the Trough, had lived there for centuries. They were mostly farmers, though a fair number of merchants made a home in the valley for most of the year, save for the month when they would venture upward into the mining towns to sell the harvest bounty at a premium. They would return home with bags filled with chips of yellow and blue tied to their leather belts, clinking brightly with the wealth. The next year, they would trade half of their shining flints to the farmers for a share of harvest that they would, in turn, cart up to the mining villages yet again. Food flow up and down from the valley, and the yellow and blue would trickle down, gathering in the valley like a collection basin. This continued for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. Dozens of generations of farmer fathers and merchant sons were born, grew wealthier, and were buried beneath the plush pasture of the valley. Until the beast descended. Of course, Ben. The mining folk in the higher reaches of the mountains had passed tales of the beast around for as long as history stretched. At the highest peak of the northernmost mountain, they said, lived the beast. It watched in all directions through slit eyes, biding its time until it would enact a calamity. It was a nightmare of immense and terrible power. The miners would whisper, a thing of abject cruelty. But it was also a patient creature. It waited until it felt ready to unleash such cruelty and malice that its ravenous hunger for chaos would be sated. Some believed it waited until enough infants cried out with newborn wails to descend from its perch and devour each and every last babe. Others believed it was simply waiting until an age plenty before cascading down an era of sickness and madness, of fire and char and blood upon those it peered upon from the mountaintop. And one day, after hundreds of generations of farmers and traders had lived and died in the valley, it appeared in view. The beast had risen in the trough. It appeared without warning, with neither sound nor fury. It was simply there. Curled atop 4 legs standing beneath, rising from a black mole, leathery wings folded on its hulking shape. It towered over the center of the village, ominously silent. It did not move. It did not seem to be living, save for the seeping steam billowing from its slime-slicked snout. At first, people of View peeked at the beast from behind shuttered windows, sneaking glances from the safety of embroidered drapery. An hour passed, then 2. And when the sun had reached its highest point, the people began to emerge from their homes to approach the creature. Bad idea. I don't care where you're from, that's a bad idea. The beast seemed to be sleeping. The bravest souls crept close enough to that those looking on would later say that their figures seemed darkened, as if the beach leached the light off their skin. The people of View, or the Trough, gathered to discuss what was to be done. The beast slumbered, but for how long? Why did it sleep? Or perhaps most worryingly of all, how had it arrived in their valley? Not a soul had seen its arrival. It was almost a thing, as if the thing had simply materialized on the center of the village, or some proposed it had emerged from the earth itself. But if that were the case, how had the soil, their valuable, rich, rare earth, the source of their plenty and their affluence, birthed such a terrible creature? The villagers decided to stay in their valley. The creature slept, and the creature breathed. With each breath, its skin rolled, animating the thorny black scales into a roaring obsidian briar. Good job, Ben! Holy crap, you can write. I'm just saying, it's very descriptive. I don't know how old he is, though. But it did not rouse. It did not move. It did not rain terror from the skies, nor did it consume children by the score. It slept. The farmers continued to tend their land. The merchants made their yearly trek up the treacherous trails to collect what little chips of wealth the miners had collected in exchange for the farmers' yield. Year after year, however, there seemed to be a little less. A little less harvest. A little less yellow and blue passed around in the snowy alcoves, carved from the unforgiving rock. A little less green in the valley. A little less light. He's memorized all of this already. This continued for 20 years until the day it began to rain. The people of View, or the trough, watched the clouds roll in from not the south, whence the clouds usually laden with water from a faraway sea, but from the north, where there was but ice and stone and mountain, and on the highest mountain, the beast. The rain draped the valley in a dampness that did not relent, but instead crept into every corner. The mountains themselves seemed to sweat and pour water into the valley. The water carried it with a quiet rot. Whew. Okay. I'm like holding this one button down to drive and like my fingers getting worn out, but I guess it's the same as like pushing a gas pedal. I don't know. The first harvest after the rains began produced a meager crop, and what little could be gathered was black with mold before the merchants had a chance to trade for their yellow and blue. Their livestock fared no better. The animals began developing weeping sores that became infected and killed with a quick fever. That winter, the people of the trough, or View, oh, you switched it around, watched one another waste away as they began to starve. The next harvest was worse. Every last drop had turned mealy and infested before midsummer. By the last of the season, the last of the livestock were dead. That winter, people of the trough watched one another descend into a state of hungry madness, devouring the rotting wood, sloughing from their homes in slimy heaps, and their fine leather belts that once held yellow and blue, now sprouting spores of black mold. The village and its residents were rotting away. The beast slept. As the rains from the north continued into their third year, the few remaining people in the trough began to prophesy about the beast. It had come and brought with it great devastation, they could agree. It had brought the rains from the north, and it had brought a rot to the village that would not relent. I didn't realize this was going to have so much reading in it, but Benjamin's just reading away. Squatting in what little remained in their crumbling homes, they dreamt of the day that the beast would be satisfied, when it would wake and leave their valley and allow them to farm the land and trade with the miners for their bits of wealth yet again. The time will come, they said, when the beast will wake from its slumber and spread its wings, reaching from one end of the valley to the other, and with the beat of those mighty wings, it will ascend aloft a squall. Hey, it's a bird! And the wind will lift away our rot. The villagers waited for this day to come. A generation came and went, born into the rain and long rotten in the moldy dirt. But there were very few, but still clung to the hope that the beast would finally feel as if it had caused enough ruin and return to its mountain perch. The beast slept. Until it did not. The day the beast awoke, the villagers celebrated. They watched it stretch its long, horrible form into shape, hide shuddering as it shook the decades of rain from its thorny scales. They sang to the beast as it stood uncertainly and reared on its haunches, unfolding the scarred leather wings from one end of the valley to another. Why do I feel like it's not just going to fly away? The time of the beast's departure had finally arrived. The time had come for the cleansing wind. The beast beat its wings, emitting a tired and ugly groan as it lifted from the sodden earth. With a final sigh, it shot high into the air, sending a great gust of wind through the valley that toppled what dismal dwellings remained haphazardly standing. The valley was wiped clean. The villagers were knocked from their feet by a rush of wind. As they struggled upright, they felt the sun on their skin for the first time. They rejoiced, their pale forms dancing in a pitiful display of frailty. They could return to the ways of their ancestors. They could know plenty. They planted their first crop before the grass had even greened, with a newfound security for the hunger pains that plagued them constantly. But the grass did not wax green, and the crops did not grow. The decades of rain from the north had left the earth poisoned. There was no going back. They would not know plenty, nor would they silence the constant muttering of their stomachs. The rot had been lifted. In its place, sterility. The sun shone, but it had was on a new land. The land turned into a jagged, unforgivable slate, where perhaps bits of yellow and blue could be scavenged if one dug deeply enough to find a petrified leather belt. That's the end. Huh, you remembered all that? I don't have it with me to read. Obviously, I remembered it. Did you like it? I did. I'll print you a copy. What were you doing at Grandpa's house today? Now you want to know? And the rain picks up. Don't you want to talk about the story? No, if you liked it, that's all I wanted to know. Okay. You don't want any feedback? You like this, so that means it's good. That's feedback. It's raining a lot. Fair enough. We answered my question now. I was just visiting. But there's no one there to visit. I just wanted to see it. Why didn't you ask if I wanted to go? You were still asleep. You could have woken me up. We can go together tomorrow. Okay. Did you find anything there? Something for you, actually. What is it? A guitar pick. Why would I want a guitar pick? It's cool. I don't think so. We can play together. I don't want to. Why not? We used to. That was before. Now I don't care about guitar. Oh. You can keep the guitar pick. I don't want it. I will. Are you crying? What? No. I'm not crying. Are you crying? It's just the rain. Is it because that Frankie person kicked you out of your house? Ben, I don't. Or is it because you had to move back home since you couldn't find a job? Mom and Dad were worried about both of those things. They think you're sad because of them. Ben. Okay, Ben. Give me the phone. Kelly's crying and I want to know why. I'm not crying. For the record, no tears, okay? I'm not crying. I know, honey, but let me talk to her, please. Come here, bud. Help me wind up this radio so we can listen to the weather report. Did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong, Kelly? No, you're fine. Go help Dad. Okay, I'm sorry you're sad. Hey, Kelly, are you okay? I'm fine. I don't believe you. I'm fine, really. Okay, are you close to home? I can't tell. It got really dark. It got really dark. I can't believe the sirens are still going off. This might be the longest tornado warning we've ever had. They're saying 2 more have touched down in the country. Listen, when you get home, we'll all sit down and have a talk. I think we need it. I'd like that. You really can't tell where you are? 5 miles out, maybe? Okay, make sure you... What's that noise? Kelly, I'm gonna have to let you go. Mom? Mom, you're breaking up. Oh, Ben, Mom? Kelly, Mom? Are you there? Hello? Nuh-uh. That's what you're gonna do to me? Is that my house? Holy crap! Now what? I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Oh, that's trippy. I don't know why that's like, that's really weird on the eyes. Ugh. Okay. I don't like the fact that the house is like uprooted from the ground. Did they not survive the tornado? I don't know what I'm supposed to think or feel right now. What? No! That's all I get? Holy crap! I don't even know what to think. Like, that was really cool. Like, I don't know how fun it's going to be to watch this, because it's definitely one of those things you have to like get involved in and, you know, pick the different dialogue options. But apparently there's a ton of different things that can actually happen in this game. I feel like my playthrough was actually quite shorter than some of the other ones I saw on YouTube when I was trying to gauge how long this video is going to be. But right now I think I'm at about 35 minutes. So that's not as long as I thought it was going to be, but yeah, I guess that's it. Let me see if, what's keys? Were there other keys that I could push? Okay, maybe not. Maybe it was just the drive. Oh, there's a ton of different things you could do. Tape deck, horn, headlights, wipers, zoom. I didn't do any of those things. Okay, well, I should have looked at that before I played, but okay, you know what? That's a good thing though. I really enjoyed this game, and I hope you guys did too. If you guys want to try it for yourself, obviously there's a ton of things I missed in this playthrough. I don't know if I'll play it again because I feel like I don't want you guys to have to hear me read all the time, but I'll leave the link in the description if you guys want to try 3 Force Home on your own and let me know what you guys thought about it. But I'm not sure what the tape deck, the horn, headlights, all that stuff does. The headlights will probably help you get home quicker, but I wonder if that changes your outcome at all. It's crazy, but a lot of fun. I'm really glad I tried this game out. Hopefully you guys got a kick out of it as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next MAMJ Let's Play.